The series kicks off with Maru, a high schooler who's not exactly the life of the party. Kids at school give her the cold shoulder, calling her poisonous mushroom because they think she's scary. Sadly, she's a loner because making friends isn't her strong suit. But at home, Maru's a whole different person. She's all about watching her fave idol group on TV because deep down, she dreams of being a star herself. Her uncle, Fui, who's transgender, drops by often to check on her because her folks work abroad and she lives solo. Fui's a fashion designer, always telling Maru to find a beau and not be holed up at home, but she just laughs because she thinks it's a lost cause. Fui also pushes her to doll up and feel more confident. Next day, Maru spots Tenu, a senior who's a real heartthrob with the ladies. But Maru, she thinks he's not all that, because she's just not into him. Then bam, Maru gets a love letter from a classmate, Makoto, inviting her to meet after school. She's shook, thinking no guy at school would be into her. So she rushes to the spot, and there's Makoto, pouring his heart out. Maru's touched and gets closer, but oops, she falls into a hole Makoto and his buds dug as a prank. They bail, leaving her stuck. Maru's mortified and mad at herself because she's always getting dissed for her looks. Out of nowhere, Tenu hears her venting. He tells her not to blame herself and her flaws, saying maybe she should try to look better so folks won't judge. After that pep talk, Maru climbs out and tells Tenu she's up for a makeover to feel more beautiful. Back home, Maru's scrolling celeb pics on socials for inspo. Then she hits up Tenu and shows him the pics, admitting she sucks at makeup. Turns out, Tenu's a whiz with makeup, so he gives her a glow-up. Next day, Maru rolls into school, stunning everyone with her new hair and makeup. She's feeling herself, because her classmates are impressed. During break, Maru meets Makoto to thank him for sparking her transformation. She tries to give him a massage but spills her drink on him. Quick on her feet, she dries his pants, then sneaks them onto the notice board. Maru's chuffed about her prank, but Tenu's not a fan, and tells her so. Later, Maru's childhood bud, Marai, swings by. Even though she acts chill around him, he's had a crush on her forever, but he's too shy to say it. Fui, who's noticed Maru's glow-up, thinks she might be catching feelings. Few days later, Maru asks Tenu for dating advice because she doesn't want to seem clueless around guys. After some arm twisting, Tenu agrees, but only if she brings him snacks every day. Maru's cool with that. Then Ayano and Mio, the school hotties, stroll by, turning heads. In the bathroom, Idano and Noik are chatting about a blind date, missing one person. Out pops Maru, offering to join. Turns out, she overheard and wanted in. Ayano and Mio have no choice but to let her tag along. Later, Maru rings up Fui for help picking out clothes for the blind date. Fui's down, but he gets held up with a shoot, so he sends Moran to help Maru instead. In the twilight hours, Maru ventured into the blind date event, where participants mingled and introduced themselves. Kudo Naruto, intrigued by Maru's innocence, began showing interest in her, much to the envy of Ayano, who harbored feelings for Naruto. In a restroom encounter, Ayano sabotaged Maru's makeup, warning her against pursuing Naruto before retreating to the karaoke room. Distressed by her smudged makeup, Maru sought Tenu's assistance. Tenu ingeniously marked the restroom as out of order to afford Maru privacy for her makeover. Meanwhile, Ayano attempted to distract Naruto in the karaoke room as Maru returned, revamped, to compete for Naruto's affections. Post-karaoke, Maru sought a private moment with Naruto, leading him to a basketball training ground where he introduced his younger brother. Grateful for Tenu's aid, Maru met him to express her gratitude and provide him with sustenance, though she struggled to contact Naruto without his number. Encountering Ayano, who had forgone makeup, Maru sought Naruto's number, unaware of Ayano's ulterior motives. Misled by Ayano, Maru initiated contact with Naruto, arranging a weekend meeting. Another day, Tenu spotted Maru outside his workplace, struggling with self-applied makeup. Inviting her in, Tenu assisted in rectifying her makeup, prompting Maru to seek his guidance in dressing well. Agreeing to her proposition, Tenu imparted his knowledge, sparking Maru's newfound interest in fashion. Come the weekend, Maru awaited Naruto for their rendezvous when Tenu inadvertently corrected her eyelash mishap, observed by Naruto. Assuaging Naruto's concerns, Maru clarified their relationship, though Naruto remarked on Tenu's popularity. Subsequently, Ayano feigned injury to garner Tenu's attention, but Tenu, aware of her previous actions, remained unmoved. Rejecting Ayano's advances, Tenu dismissed her. Post-school, Maru and Naruto embarked on a shopping center date. where Naruto noted Maru's fondness for a star necklace. Ayano's sudden arrival proposed a double date, which Maru initially hesitated over, yet Naruto agreed. As they strolled, Ayano requested Maru's assistance in arranging a future double date with Tennu. Arriving at Fui's office, Ayano's insincerity was evident, though Fui expressed gratitude for her prior involvement in setting Maru up on a blind date. Meanwhile, Maru persisted in messaging Tennu, eventually persuading him to agree to the double date. On the appointed day, Maru, Naruto, Ayano, and Tennu convened at the playground. Though Tennu seemed reserved in Ayano's presence, he honored his commitment to Maru. Enjoying the rides and Maru's homemade lunch, the group relaxed. As Naruto inquired about Maru's relationship with Tennu, Tennu playfully intervened, eliciting Naruto's jealousy. Subsequently, Tennu and Ayano withdrew, while Naruto's irritation grew. Seeking clarity, Maru questioned Ayano, learning of Naruto's jealousy. Clarifying their relationship to Naruto, Maru diffused the tension, prompting Naruto's apology and departure. So, Tennu and Ayano were walking home together when suddenly Tennu got a call from Mayara Kazaki, which totally threw him off. The next day, Maru caught up with Tennu on the school roof and told him she was going to steer clear to avoid any relationship misunderstandings. Tennu seemed cool with it. Later that night, Naruto pulled Maru aside to apologize for his past behavior and pour his heart out to her. Maru, who was into Naruto too, accepted his apology, and they officially hooked up. Life for Maru suddenly got a lot more exciting once she and Naruto got together. She even got to meet Naruto's fam and hang with his mom and little bro. But then, while everything seemed all peachy, she swung by Naruto's school and caught him getting chummy with this hottie named Tomoyura, who was the basketball team's manager and Naruto's old buddy. When Naruto introduced Tomoyura, Maru realized she was the celeb she'd been copying for her new look. A few days later, Maru was all set for her date with Naruto when he had to bail last minute because his bud got hurt during basketball practice. So, Maru ended up flying solo for a movie and dinner. And guess who showed up? Tenyu, by chance, spotted her eating alone and decided to join. He got curious about what was up with her and Naruto. Maru said everything was cool and she kinda just wanted him to scram. That evening, Maru shot Naruto a text about their plans, but he had to cancel because of some sports camping gig. The next day, Maru was shocked to see a pic on socials of Tomoyura hanging with Naruto at the camping thing. Knowing that, Maru got all jealous, especially because Naruto hadn't even mentioned Tomoyura was tagging along. After that, Maru was all fired up and didn't even want to talk to Naruto when he rolled up to her house. She even sat solo on a rainy bridge at school. That night, Naruto couldn't get hold of Maru, so he hit up Ayano to see if she knew where Maru was. But Ayano had no clue either. So Naruto went on a mission to find Maru, and finally caught her chilling solo on that bridge. He said sorry for messing up, and they patched things up. Another day, Naruto was spotted out shopping for this star necklace with Tomoyura for Maru's B-Day. Naruto, who had a surprise planned, asked Maru to meet him on the bridge. When the big day came, Maru was on her way when she found Rai, who had passed out on the road. She rushed Rai to the hospital and sent Naruto a message saying she'd be late. Naruto got the message but felt bummed when Maru was a no-show, especially because he waited a while. Tomoyura, who saw Naruto bummed, went over to cheer him up. During that, she spilled her feelings for Naruto and even kissed him. Naruto saw Maru was there and tried to explain, but she bolted in tears. Meanwhile, Tennu bumped into Kazaki, his old boss from the beauty salon. Tennu had to bounce from Kazaki's spot because of some issues and found a new gig. But then, he swung by Kazaki's place to grab a delivery from his mum, who didn't know he'd split. Back to Maru, all heartbroken and upset, she vented her frustration by tearing up some paper. Downstairs, Tennu saw his niece was feeling down when he found her present on the floor and heard her upset voice. After Maru got a message from Naruto saying he was coming over, she decided to bounce and ended up face-planting in the street. Lucky for her, Tennu showed up and scooped her up after getting a heads up from Ayano about Maru's problems with Naruto. Back home, Tennu took care of Maru, cleaning up her mucky feet from her fall in the street. He even crashed at her place to keep an eye on her. Next morning, Maru woke up and saw Tennu still chilling in her room, looking out for her. That's when she found out from Tennu that Naruto had smooched Tomoyura. Later, Naruto came by Maru's house and was surprised to see Tennu there. He tried talking to Maru, but she wasn't having it. She locked herself in her room for days and didn't even show up to school. As for Tennu, after some thinking, he manned up and went to Kazaki to beg for his old job back at the salon. He wanted to chase his dream of becoming a famous makeup artist. Seeing Tennu's determination, Kazaki welcomed him back to the team. In the afternoon, Maru asked Tennu to roll with her to an idol's music concert in a few days to help her forget about Naruto. One day, Maru ran into Ayano, who was annoyed to see Maru, all bummed out over her heartbreak. There, Ayano told Maru to dust herself off and get back in the game. After hearing Ayano's pep talk, Maru decided to make a change by dumping all the pics and stuff she had with Naruto. She even hit up Tennu's new gig for a haircut. At school, Maru was the talk of the town after her salon trip, especially Ayano, who was salty because Maru got to Tennu's salon before her. So, after school, Ayano swings by Tennu's salon and asks him to do her makeup. She tries to open up about her feelings again, but Tennu's not really into it and ends up disappointing her, so she bolts from the salon. Meanwhile, Maru's back home jotting down some future goals, like finding new love and getting better at dressing up. After she's done writing, she sticks the paper on her wall as a reminder. Next day, Marai, who's quite the catch at school because of his sports skills, hits up Maru to chat and finally spills the beans about his feelings for her. Maru's taken aback and jets out of there, thinking he never really cared before. Secretly though, Marai's confession makes her kinda happy because he ticks all her boxes. Then the day after that, Maru's still shaken up by Marai's love bomb. In class, she realizes he's always been checking her out, which makes her blush big time. Later, during break, Ayano comes up to Maru and ropes her into helping out with the school festival. Since Maru's got no other plans, she agrees. And surprise, surprise, Moran also jumps on board to help with the festival prep. From then on, the two of them get closer, while working on different festival stuff. One night, Furi, who can't make it home to look after Maru, calls up Mari for help, because he's worried about his niece's safety, especially with all the shady stuff happening at night. Marai rolls up to Maru's place, creating a super awkward vibe. But he tries to lighten things up by explaining why he confessed to her. Because he's tired of hiding his crush on Maru. Maru stays quiet and feels mega embarrassed by Marai's confession. Another day, Maru's done with her shopping after school and bumps into Naruto. She tries to dodge him, but ends up tripping and hurting herself. When Naruto offers to help, Maru declines and just asks him for a handkerchief before heading off. Later on, she runs into Tennu and spills about her Naruto run-in and how she's been getting close to Marai lately. She's torn between her feelings for two guys who both dig her. Tennu listens up and promises to have her back no matter what she decides. That evening, she also chats with Furi about her love troubles, and Fui tells her to think about being with Marai, someone they've known for ages. Following her uncle's advice, Maru heads to Naruto's school to return his handkerchief the next day. But when she spots Rera there, she changes her mind and bolts. While she's on the bridge, Maru finally runs into Naruto and hands back his handkerchief. Naruto tries to apologize and stop her from leaving, saying he's sorry for hurting her. But Maru, who's moved on from Naruto, decides to walk away and leave him in the dust. On the day of the big school festival, Tennu meets up with Ayano and invites her for a chat in the classroom. She says sorry to Tennu for coming on too strong with her feelings, and Tennu explains that he can't be her man because he's still waiting for someone from his past he wants to marry. Meanwhile, up on the school roof, Maru meets Marai and tells him she wants to be his girl. Marai's stoked, and they make it official. Just as Marai's about to plant one on Maru, she pulls back, remembering the pain of seeing Naruto kiss Rera. On another day, Naruto swings by Maru's school and asks her to be his girl again. She turns him down, and Naruto grabs her and kisses her without her consent. Maru's shocked, and Rai sees the whole thing, getting mad at Naruto. He also asks Maru to spill the beans about what happened between her and Naruto. Feeling super awkward, Maru makes a run for it, and Tennu, who sees her take off, follows her. In the school guard, Maru's with Tennu and in tears while talking about her confused feelings for Marai and Naruto. Tennu tries to comfort her and says he'll support whatever choice she makes, promising to have her back. Hearing Tennu's words, Maru starts to feel better and manages to crack a smile. On a different note, Fuori meets up with Kazuki to chat about their plan for a fashion show featuring high school models. Fui gets the idea from seeing Maru's glow up from a shy girl to a confident one. As for Maru, she chats with Marai and apologizes for hurting his feelings. She thinks she doesn't deserve him and decides to end their romance. That evening, she also talks to Naruto and asks him not to expect anything romantic from her anymore, especially because she's still hurt by what went down between him and Rera. Naruto respects her decision and hopes they can still be buds. On another day, Tennu asks for Maru's help meeting someone, and she's all in. During their chat, Maru talks about how she's decided not to choose between Mirai and Naruto. Tennu thinks she's handling her love drama like a champ. Soon after, they bump into a gorgeous girl named Yuzu, a famous high school model. Tennu introduces Maru as his girl to Yuzu to shut down her advances. Yuzu takes the hint and leaves, realizing she's got no shot with Tennu anymore. The following day at school, Maru felt annoyed when she saw a picture of Yuzu on social media appearing close to Tennu. Maru, who saw Ayano's reaction, explained that Tennu had turned down Yuzu's confession of love and had asked her to stop pursuing him. At that time, Ayano felt relieved hearing Maru's explanation and mentioned that Tennu was not interested in dating any girl because he was still waiting for someone from his past. In the evening, Fui, who was at Maru's house, appeared frustrated due to problems with his upcoming fashion event. Maru, knowing about the issue, offered to help him. Meanwhile, Tennu was flipping through a fashion magazine when he was surprised to see the name Tony Momo, the photographer for a photo shoot, featured in the magazine. Returning to Maru, she felt worried about what Ayano had mentioned regarding Tennu, who seemed to be waiting for someone from his past, and how he had always helped her without sharing his own problems. The next day, Maru decided to offer food to Tennu, hoping he would open up about his love troubles. However, before Tennu could speak, he received a phone call from Fui, who was facing difficulty finding a model for his fashion show. Tennu quickly informed Maru about Fui's problem, and they rushed to her uncle's office. Maru tried to reassure her uncle by promising to assist him. While walking through the school hallway, Maru brainstormed ways to find a model for the fashion show. She noticed a beautiful female student from her school and got the idea to search for a student model among her peers that would fit the theme of Fui's fashion show. Maru called Tonya to share her plan, and they decided to start searching for a model among their fellow students. Hearing that, Tennu agreed with Maru's idea, and she began observing her schoolmates to find potential models. Maru even distributed flyers on the street, looking for interested students. Soon after, a woman who saw the flyer and was intrigued by the event approached Maru and introduced herself as Momo, a photographer. On another occasion, Ayano also assisted Maru in finding models through her social media connections. Once they had gathered the models for the fashion show, Maru and Ayano invited them to meet Fui, who was thrilled with his niece's hard work. Surprisingly, Yuzu also attended the meeting, which surprised both Maru and Ayano. Yuzu explained that she was no longer pursuing Tennu and was now trying to win Mirai's heart. Afterward, Maru and Ayano helped the models practice their runway walks for the upcoming fashion show. On the day of the fashion show, Maru and Ayano were concerned when they learned that some models could make it, so they decided to step in and replace them. Meanwhile, Momo, the photographer, was at the event venue and unexpectedly ran into Tennu, which made him feel uncomfortable, so he walked away. Shortly after, Maru hurried to approach Tennu to find out what had happened, but he remained silent and didn't share the truth, even as he helped Maru prepare for her performance. With all the preparations in place, Fui's fashion show finally began, featuring the models showcasing Fui's clothing designs. The event was being broadcast online, and many teenagers were excited to watch. When it was Maru and Ayano's turn to take the stage, they walked confidently while Momo captured the moments on camera. Meanwhile, Tennu, who was below the stage, couldn't help but keep glancing at Momo as she worked. After the fashion show concluded, Fui took the stage to express his gratitude to everyone who had contributed to the event and hoped that his creations would boost young people's confidence. On his way home, Tennu bumped into Momo and had a brief chat. Maru and Ayano, who happened to witness their closeness, grew more curious about Tennu's relationship with Momo. In the evening, Fui, back at home, expressed his pride in Maru, who had gained confidence performing in front of a large audience. Maru was delighted by her uncle's praise. The following day, Momo was spotted at Kazuki's photo studio, where she was taking pictures of several models. Tennu, working as a makeup artist there, continued to secretly observe Momo. Kazuki eventually noticed and informed Tennu that Momo had divorced her husband abroad and returned to Japan. Hearing this, Tennu was reminded of the past when he had just started working at Kazuki's salon. He had been attracted to Momo's strong and responsible personality. They had grown closer, especially during a difficult period when Momo was having problems with her husband. Tenyu, who had feelings for her, used to visit her house to offer support and comfort. Back in the day, Tenyu advised Momo to leave her husband, who never made her happy. Despite his warning, Momo chose to move to Paris with her husband. A few days later, Tenyu received the news and rushed to her house on a rainy day. Unfortunately, he couldn't meet her, as she had already flown abroad, leaving only an apologetic message behind. Even though it has been a long time since their separation, Tenyu can't forget her, as she was his first love. Meanwhile, Maru and Ayano decided to investigate the relationship between Tenyu and Momo to help him mend things with her. Surprisingly, Maru wasn't very enthusiastic about discussing Tenyu. When she got home, she found herself thinking about him, and without realizing it, feeling jealous of Tenyu's closeness to Momo. The next day, Maru and Ayano decided to snoop on Momo and Tenyu to see what was up between them. They ended up at Aqua World, where Momo spilled her guts to Tenyu, apologizing for ghosting him and for not keeping in touch. She admitted her husband wasn't all that great, just like Tenyu had warned her, and she planned to go back to Japan to try fixing things with him. Tearfully, she confessed she still had feelings for Tenyu, who comforted her from a distance. Maru watched in silence as Tenyu showed Momo care and attention, and she couldn't help but feel a twinge of jealousy. Ayano noticed and thought Maru might have feelings for Tenyu. When they left the aquarium, Ayano called Maru out about her feelings and asked her to play fair in the game for Tenyu's heart. Meanwhile, in the car ride home, Momo asked Tenyu about his response to her love confession, eagerly awaiting his answer. By the weekend, after dropping Momo off, Tenyu arranged to meet Maru because he clocked her tailing him all morning. They met in a park where Tenyu spilled the tea about his chat with Momo and why she divorced, because she wanted to be with him. He said he was ready to accept Maru's feelings because he'd waited for her and turned down other women. Maru listened quietly, trying to keep her cool in front of him. Next day at school, Maru spilled everything about her chat with Tenyu the night before, leaving Ayano feeling frustrated, thinking Tenyu was going back to Momo, who had ditched him before. After school, Maru went to see Momo to ask about her and Tenyu. There, Momo confessed that she initially wanted to keep her distance from Tenyu because she felt guilty for leaving him before. But she couldn't stay away because she realized she really loved him, even with the age gap. Maru stayed quiet, not wanting to mess with the love between two people. Another time, Ayano disguised as a delivery person and swiped Momo's phone while she was at work. She messaged Tenyu, hoping to get him to forget about Momo, whom she saw as a traitor. Tenyu was shook when he read the message, because Momo had already confessed her love to him. After Ayano met Maru at a cafe, she spilled all the beans about what she did to keep Tenyu from getting back with Momo. Maru wasn't down with it, and bounced to tell Tenyu about the message. Maru explained to Tenyu that the message was actually from Ayano, who took Momo's phone without her knowing. She asked Tenyu to think twice about getting back with Momo, because she didn't want him to get hurt again. Before they split, Tenyu thanked Maru for her concern, but said he still planned to meet with Momo to talk about their relationship. After Tenyu left, Maru cried silently and tried to move on from the man she loved. Another time, Ayano was mad at Maru for messing up her plan to stop Tenyu from reuniting with Momo. She also thought Maru was acting like everything was cool with Tenyu and Momo, even though she knew Maru was hurting. Later, Tenyu met Maru to tell her he turned down Momo's love. During their chat, Maru accidentally let slip that she loved him. Tenyu said he was happy she loved him, but saw her more like a little sister. Disheartened, Maru decided to leave, asking him to forget her confession. After that, Maru felt down and tried to stay busy with stuff to forget about Tenyu. Meanwhile, Ayano once again told Tenyu she loved him, but he turned her down, making her call him selfish for not caring about Maru's feelings. Maru talked to her Uncle Fu about her love woes, and he told her to follow her heart. As Tenyu got ready to leave for New York, he couldn't stop thinking about Maru. At the same time, Maru told Ayano she planned to confess her true feelings to Tenyu. Ayano was thrilled to see Maru so determined to go after her love. But while Maru was behind the school, she accidentally fell into a trap pit. Soon after, Tenyu came to her rescue, admitting he set up the trap on purpose to remember their first meeting. After helping her, Tenyu poured his heart out to Maru and asked her to be his girl. Overjoyed, Maru cried tears of joy and said yes, believing Tenyu felt the same. Now, fast forward a year, Ayano's a beauty influencer, while Maru waits at the airport for Tenu's return from New York. After some time, they finally reunite, sharing a warm embrace. The story of Maru, Tenu, and their intertwined lives offers several valuable moral lessons. One prominent lesson is the importance of self-confidence and personal growth. Maru's transformation from a shy, introverted girl to a confident individual highlights the necessity of believing in oneself and embracing change. As she navigates her challenges and improves her self-esteem, Maru demonstrates how personal growth can lead to a more fulfilling and empowered life. This transformation was not merely about changing her outward appearance, but about discovering her inner strength and potential, which ultimately allowed her to achieve her dreams and goals. Additionally, the story underscores that true beauty comes from within. It emphasizes that genuine attractiveness is not solely about physical appearance, but also about inner qualities like kindness, courage, and resilience. Maru's journey illustrates that these inner qualities are what truly define a person and make them beautiful in the eyes of others. By focusing on developing her character and nurturing her inner strengths, Maru became a beacon of positivity and inspiration, proving that inner beauty has a lasting impact far beyond superficial appearances. Furthermore, the narrative teaches the importance of perseverance and resilience in the face of adversity. Maru's struggles and eventual triumphs serve as a reminder that setbacks and challenges are a natural part of life, and overcoming them requires determination and hard work. Her story encourages readers to stay persistent and optimistic, even when the odds seem insurmountable, and to trust that their efforts will eventually lead to success and personal fulfillment. Ultimately, Maru's story is a powerful testament to the transformative power of self-belief, inner beauty, and perseverance. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed the thrilling and mysterious event story. Your support means the world to us, and we're excited to continue bringing you captivating stories. If you have any suggestions or ideas for future videos, we'd love to hear from you. Whether it's more spine-chilling horror stories, intriguing mysteries, or even heartwarming tales, your input is invaluable. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what kind of content you'd like to see next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Your feedback helps us create even better stories for you to enjoy. Stay tuned for the next episode, and thank you again for being part of our community. See you soon.